When you wake up in the morning, before you even step out that door, you have to carry yourself like you've already won. You can't wait for the victory to show up, you've got to act as if victory is inevitable. You've got to walk like it's already yours. You've got to talk like it's already in your hands. You've got to work like the finish line is a matter of time, not a question of chance. See, most people wait for proof before they believe. They wait to see results before they commit their faith. But the truth is, belief always comes first. Faith is the foundation, not the conclusion. You don't wait for the light to turn green before you start moving toward your purpose. You move because you know it will turn green when you get there. The mindset of a winner isn't built on comfort, it's built on conviction. You have to see the invisible, believe the impossible, and act like you can't fail even when everything around you says you will. When life knocks you down, don't lay there counting the punches. Get up, smile, and say, "That all you got?" Because every obstacle is just an invitation to rise higher, you have to remember that storms don't come to destroy you, they come to strengthen your roots. Every delay, every setback, every closed door, it's not the end, it's redirection. It's life asking you, how bad do you want it? And your answer can't be in words, it has to be in your work. You can't fake discipline, you can't fake hunger. The ones who act as if victory is inevitable don't take days off from their purpose. They don't need applause to keep going. They don't need recognition to stay focused. Their drive comes from within. They understand that preparation is not punishment, it's power. Every early morning, every late night, every sacrifice, it's all part of the process that makes victory possible. You see, the universe responds to certainty, not arrogance, but certainty. When you walk into a room with faith, people feel it. When you speak with conviction, the world listens. When you carry yourself like a champion, opportunities start aligning with your energy. It's not magic, it's mindset. You attract what you believe you deserve. So if you act like success is distant, that's exactly how it will stay. But if you act like it's inevitable, if you move like the victory is guaranteed, life starts to bend in your favor. The difference between the ones who make it and the ones who don't is simple: belief under pressure. Anybody can act confident when things are easy, but real strength shows up when your back is against the wall. When nobody believes in you, when the results aren't showing, that's when you have to dig deeper. That's when you have to remind yourself who you are. Because sometimes the battle isn't against the world, it's against your own doubt. So when that little voice in your head whispers, "What if I fail?" you answer back, "What if I fly?" You silence that fear with action. You replace hesitation with motion. You move forward even when the path isn't clear, because you trust that every step is taking you closer to where you're meant to be. You don't need a perfect plan, you need relentless faith. You don't need everything to make sense, you just need the courage to keep going. Winners aren't made in comfort, they're made in chaos. They're shaped by the days that test them, not the days that reward them. So from this day forward, act as if victory is inevitable. Carry yourself like the outcome is already written in your favor. Speak with power, move with intention, work with passion, and when people ask how you stay so confident, just smile and say, "Because I already won." Victory begins in the mind long before it shows in reality. You must carry yourself with the confidence of someone who's already won, not out of arrogance, but out of faith. The world doesn't give you proof and then permission. It gives you challenges and waits to see if you'll believe anyway. You have to move, think, and speak like success is already written in your favor. 2. Stand strong when life tests you. Acting as if victory is inevitable means keeping your faith steady through pressure, pain, and setbacks. Every obstacle is not a punishment, but a preparation. The storm isn't there to stop you, it's there to strengthen you. You must keep standing tall when everything around you tries to make you bend. 3. Align your faith with action. Belief without work is just a wish. You can't pray for a win and live like you expect to lose. Discipline, consistency, and purpose must become your daily habits. Every small action, every hour of focus, every sacrifice, every repetition is a declaration that you're preparing for what you've already claimed in your spirit. Acting as if victory is inevitable begins with the way you see yourself before the world ever does. The greatest victories in life are born not in the spotlight, but in the unseen moments, in the early mornings when nobody's watching, in the long nights when doubt whispers in your ear. You have to carry yourself like a winner long before you become one. The truth is, no one will hand you confidence, no one will gift you certainty, and no one will fight for your dream the way you will. You have to walk into every room, every situation, and every challenge believing, deep in your bones, that success isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That mindset doesn't come from arrogance. It comes from preparation, faith, and purpose. Most people wait for evidence before they start believing in themselves. They want results before they put in the belief. But that's not how life works. The people who rise to greatness don't wait for proof, they move as if the proof already exists. They visualize it, they feel it, they act on it every single day, because belief precedes achievement. Faith precedes evidence. You don't win and then believe you're capable. You believe, and that belief becomes the foundation of your victory. You have to act like your goals are already written into your story. That doesn't mean pretending or faking it. It means embodying the discipline, the energy, and the confidence of the person you're becoming. If you see yourself as broken, uncertain, or unworthy, that's exactly how you'll act: hesitant, unsure, and fragile. But when you see yourself as a champion, when you look in the mirror and remind yourself that you are built for this, that you can handle the pressure, that you've been through worse, your posture changes, your decisions sharpen, and your focus locks in. You begin to live from a place of purpose rather than fear. Every great dream demands a new identity. You can't achieve something extraordinary while clinging to ordinary thinking. You can't step into your destiny with the same mindset that's been holding you back. Acting as if victory is inevitable means renewing your mind every single day, feeding it with faith, not fear, with gratitude, not doubt, with effort, not excuses. You have to talk to yourself differently. You have to remind yourself that your current situation is not your final destination. You're not where you want to be yet, but you're on the path, and that path only becomes real when you walk it with certainty. When you start moving with conviction, something powerful happens. Life starts to respond. Opportunities begin to align, people begin to notice, and momentum begins to build. It's not magic, it's energy. Confidence attracts clarity. When you act like you've already won, you remove hesitation from your steps. You make decisions faster. You take risks more boldly. You stop second guessing yourself because deep down, you already know where you're going. And that level of certainty is what separates the dreamers from the doers. But here's the thing: acting as if victory is inevitable doesn't mean everything will come easy. It doesn't mean you won't fail, fall, or face fear. You will. You'll face rejection, disappointment, and moments where it feels like nothing is working. But the difference between the ones who keep going and the ones who quit is simple: the belief that the outcome is still guaranteed. They see every failure as part of the process, not as proof that they can't win. They understand that setbacks are setups for comebacks. They hold the vision so tightly that temporary losses don't shake their faith. You can't wait for people to validate you. You can't wait for circumstances to make sense. You can't wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. The ones who win are the ones who move even when they're scared, who keep going even when they're unsure. They've trained their minds to act like success is inevitable. They wake up with purpose, they move with intent, and they treat every day as preparation for greatness. And when you live that way long enough, the line between faith and reality begins to blur. What you believed starts to become what you see. Every small act of consistency strengthens your conviction. Every time you show up when it's hard, every time you do the work without applause, every time you push past your comfort zone, you're building proof that you're capable. The more you act like a winner, the more you think like one. The more you think like one, the more you become one. The transformation always begins internally before it manifests externally. Don't let fear trick you into believing that confidence means you'll never feel doubt. Even the strongest warriors have moments of weakness. The key is to keep moving despite it. Faith isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to keep going anyway. So when you face obstacles, when you feel the weight of uncertainty, remind yourself this isn't the end, it's the middle of your story. You're still writing the chapters. You're still building the foundation for the victory that's coming. The moment you decide that victory is inevitable, everything changes. You start to operate on a higher frequency. You stop begging for opportunities and start creating them. You stop seeking permission to be great and start acting like it's your responsibility. You begin to see every challenge as a test of your belief, not a threat to your dream, and little by little, the world starts to reflect the energy you've been giving it all along. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't drag yourself through the day hoping something good will happen. Walk out your door knowing it already has. Hold your head high, move with confidence, speak with purpose, and work like your success is already written because it is. The battle may not be over, but you've already won it in your mind. And once your mind is convinced, the world has no choice but to follow. When life tests you, when things get heavy, when the path ahead feels uncertain, and the world around you starts doubting your every move, that's when your belief must become unshakable. Acting as if victory is inevitable isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about holding your faith steady when everything around you is falling apart. It's about showing up when your energy is low, when your confidence is bruised, and when your plans have fallen through. Because real faith is not tested when things are easy, it's tested in the middle of chaos. It's easy to talk about victory when the sky is clear, but can you still walk like a winner when the storm hits? That's where character is forged. That's where greatness is born. Every person who ever achieved something remarkable faced moments that felt impossible. There were nights filled with doubt, days of confusion, moments when quitting felt like the only logical choice. But the difference between those who rise and those who fall is simple. The ones who win refuse to let temporary defeat define them. They knew that every setback carried a hidden lesson, every delay was protecting something bigger, and every rejection was redirecting them towards something greater. That's what it means to act as if victory is inevitable. It's not blind optimism, it's determined faith. You have to train your mind to see the opportunity inside the obstacle, because life doesn't hand out victories to those who merely wish, it rewards those who persist. The real test of faith isn't how loud you can shout when things are good, it's how strong you can stand when the noise fades, when doors close, when people leave, when plans collapse. That's when you have to rise. That's when you have to remember that your vision wasn't given to anyone else, it was given to you, so you can't expect everyone to understand it, to support it, or to see what you see. You must walk by faith, not by sight. Pressure is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every challenge that comes your way has one purpose: to refine you, not to ruin you. The weight you carry today is the strength you'll stand on tomorrow. Diamonds aren't created in comfort, they're forged under pressure, and the same applies to you. When life squeezes you, when it tests your patience, when it strips away everything you thought you needed, it's not to break you, it's to build the kind of strength that can't be shaken. When you believe that victory is inevitable, you stop reacting to life and start responding to it. You stop panicking when things don't go your way and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" You understand that pain is not punishment, it's preparation. It's sharpening your character, humbling your pride, and preparing your heart for the success you've been praying for. The process may be uncomfortable, but the outcome is always worth it. The road to victory is never smooth, it's filled with bumps, detours, and unexpected turns. But every single one of those obstacles serves a purpose in shaping the person you're becoming. You cannot expect to grow without being tested. Growth requires resistance. A seed doesn't bloom without pressure from the soil. A muscle doesn't strengthen without tension. A mind doesn't expand without challenge. So when life puts weight on you, don't curse the process, embrace it, because the very thing that's testing you is also teaching you how to win. Every challenge is molding your mindset, strengthening your spirit, and building your resilience. You just have to endure long enough to see the lesson turn into a blessing. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when your vision feels too far away, your progress too slow, and your confidence too fragile. But that's exactly when you must lean into faith, because faith doesn't require evidence, it requires endurance. It means believing even when you don't see results yet, trusting even when you don't understand why it's taking so long, and moving forward even when your emotions are screaming to give up. That's what separates the ones who reach their destiny from those who stop halfway. They decide that quitting is not an option, and that belief alone keeps them in the fight long enough to see the outcome. You've got to keep showing up for yourself, even when it's lonely, even when nobody claps for you, even when people misunderstand your purpose, because consistency is the loudest form of faith. Every day you show up despite the doubt, you're declaring, "I'm still in the game." Every time you give your best without seeing results, you're saying, "I believe something is working behind the scenes." You may not feel victorious yet, but acting as if you are trains your spirit to remain steady in the storm. That steadiness is what leads to success. When everything around you seems to be falling apart, that's not the time to panic, that's the time to stand firm. The battle may look unfair, but remember, you're not fighting alone. You've got something inside you that can't be measured, something that doesn't quit when things get hard. That fire within you, that quiet resilience, that's your greatest weapon. It's the reason you'll outlast the pain, outwork the competition, and outgrow the limits placed on you. You see, acting as if victory is inevitable doesn't mean ignoring reality, it means reshaping it. It means focusing on what you can control, your attitude, your actions, and your effort. You may not control the timing, but you control your response. You may not control the storm, but you can control how you stand in it. And when you choose faith over fear, strength over surrender, persistence over panic, you shift the atmosphere around you. You begin to attract possibilities that were hidden from the fearful mind, so keep your head up. Keep your heart strong. When life tests you, don't crumble, rise. When it challenges you, don't retreat, lean in. Every difficulty you face is molding you into the kind of person who doesn't just win once, but keeps winning. The world rewards those who refuse to give up, who choose belief over doubt, and who keep acting as if victory is already theirs. Because once your spirit decides that success is inevitable, everything in your life starts aligning with that decision. Acting as if victory is inevitable isn't just about belief or resilience, it's about how you live, how you move, how you work when no one is watching. The third and most powerful truth about this mindset is that it demands alignment between faith and action. You can't just hope for greatness, you must live like it's already on its way. Too many people talk about success but walk like they don't expect it. They say they believe, but their habits tell another story. Victory belongs to those who match their actions to their vision, who discipline themselves to do the work long before the results appear. It's not the loudest who win, it's the most consistent. Every great dream requires you to back your faith with motion. You can't say you want to win and still live like you're afraid to start. You can't pray for opportunity while ignoring preparation. Life doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. And execution demands consistency, not convenience. That means showing up on the days you don't feel like it, doing the small things that no one else will, and building habits that keep you sharp when motivation fades. Motivation might light the fire, but discipline keeps it burning. That's how winners think. They don't depend on emotion, they depend on structure. When you act as if victory is inevitable, your priorities shift. You stop chasing comfort and start chasing purpose. You stop trying to impress others and start trying to improve yourself. You stop wasting energy on things that drain your focus, gossip, fear, comparison, and start pouring it into things that move you forward, effort, learning, and growth. Every decision becomes intentional. Every action becomes a step closer to your destiny. The people who reach the top aren't lucky, they're deliberate. They plan their days around progress, not pleasure. They don't wait for opportunity to knock. They build the door and stand ready when it does. You see, belief without action is like a car without fuel. It might look good, but it's not going anywhere. You can talk all day about how much you want to change your life, but nothing moves until you move. The universe responds to effort. Life opens its doors to those who keep knocking. Every single day that you put in the work, no matter how small, you are signaling to the world that you're serious about your dream. You're saying, I'm not hoping to win, I'm preparing to. And preparation is the purest form of faith. It's your way of telling the future that you're ready when it arrives. The truth is, success doesn't come from a single big moment, it comes from hundreds of small moments done right. It's not one grand victory, it's a series of tiny wins that build momentum. Waking up early when you'd rather sleep in, studying when your friends are out, practicing your craft when no one's paying attention, those moments don't make headlines, but they build empires. The small habits compound over time, and suddenly the person who once struggled to believe becomes unstoppable, because consistency builds confidence, and confidence turns dreams into reality. Every time you take action, you're rewriting your story. You're proving to yourself that you can be trusted to follow through. That's how self-belief grows, not through speeches or affirmations, but through evidence. You build confidence by keeping promises to yourself. When you say you'll do something and actually do it, your mind starts to believe in your own strength. You start to see yourself as capable, reliable, and powerful. That's when the shift happens, when the world can no longer convince you that you're not enough, because your actions have already proven otherwise. But let's be real, there will be days when it's hard. Days when you're tired, when the progress feels invisible, when your faith feels small. That's when you have to lean on your habits, not your feelings. Winners know how to work without applause. They know how to push forward even when it's quiet, even when it feels like no one's noticing. Because they understand something most people don't. The seed doesn't grow the day it's planted. It grows in silence, under pressure, in darkness, until one day it breaks through the surface. That's what faith in action looks like, trusting that your unseen work is producing results you can't yet see. You have to train yourself to see effort as victory. Every time you push through laziness, you've won. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you've won. Every time you get up after failure, you've won again. Because success isn't one big moment of glory, it's a lifestyle. It's the daily decision to keep giving your best even when you're not sure what's coming next. Acting as if victory is inevitable means treating every step like it matters, because it does. The small steps you take today become the giant leaps of tomorrow. Another thing, you have to protect your environment. You can't act like a winner while surrounding yourself with defeat. Energy is contagious. If you're around people who doubt, complain, or settle, eventually their mindset will rub off on you. But when you surround yourself with visionaries, workers, and believers, you rise. You start to adopt their standards. You start thinking bigger, dreaming bolder, and pushing harder. If you want to act like victory is inevitable, build an environment that reinforces that belief. Eliminate distractions, limit negativity, and fill your space with reminders of where you're going, not where you've been. And finally, you must move with gratitude. Gratitude fuels momentum. When you're thankful for the process, even the hard parts, you stay humble, grounded, and focused. Gratitude reminds you that every opportunity, every struggle, and every lesson is shaping you for something greater. When you appreciate where you are, you open the door to where you're meant to go. So keep acting like victory is inevitable, not with arrogance, but with assurance. Let your faith guide your steps. Let your discipline structure your days, and let your actions speak louder than your fears. Keep showing up, keep working, keep believing, and one day, you'll look back and realize the victory you were acting for, the one you carried in your spirit all along, became real right in front of your eyes. Because the truth is, victory doesn't come to those who wait for it. It comes to those who live like it was never in doubt.